So in this video, I want to talk about my prediction for Shiba Inu and where we think Shiba Inu coin is heading here. Let's just say in the next, 8 to 12 months. And of course, nobody has a crystal ball. Nobody knows exactly what's going to happen. But I wanted to kind of talk through this a little bit and give you guys my thoughts on where we are just overall right now. And obviously, let's talk about burns. And I'm super excited about the future of burns, especially if we can keep up the number of daily transactions that are appearing right now on Shibarium. That is going to be crucial as we head into the next bull cycle. So we'll get into that as well in this video. We'll talk about where we think the price could be heading and also talk about it just kind of in the bigger picture as well with the overall cryptocurrency market. So if you guys are cool with that, smash that like button for me. Let's run this baby up. 50% of people who watch the video don't smash the like button. Smash the like button and drop SHIB in the comment section so I know you're here and I know you're not a bot out there. Appreciate that. So, all right, let's talk about SHIB here in the macro a little bit, and we'll zoom in a little bit and talk about SHIB. In the last 7 days, we've seen a nice little slow and steady rise, as you guys can see here. Finally, the overall cryptocurrency market, some of that capital flowing into altcoins. We're up about 25% in the last month, and it's been a slow grow here for SHIB, and we've been up at this point back in August. It's been a little while. Okay, now if we do go ahead and break through this point, look out, because then we're looking at potential upside all the way up to that 14 range. We were there back in February, so it's been a while. It's taken a long time for us to get back up to this point, but it looks as if we're finally starting to break above some resistance lines. We got that zero back out of there, which was great to see, and a lot of it has to do with this, right? We've seen the weekly burn rate skyrocket as these number of transactions have just went through the roof here. I mean, we were trending at about 16, 17,000 per day. Now, at last check, just the previous day here, yesterday, actually, it's 2 days prior still. They're still pulling in data from yesterday and obviously today. But we've seen, daily transactions now running at 7 to 6 million for pretty much all of December, guys. As soon as we've turned the page, pretty nuts. We've had a total transaction number now reach over 76 million. Total wallets over 1.3 million. And again, Bone's price has slowly come back up as well. And we've seen that kind of follow suit with SHIB. And again, a lot of it has to do with the increased burn. Okay. So we saw that we've seen a huge burn by the SHIB dev team, and we're set for another big burn. And a lot of people are asking, what do you think is going to happen here? Are they going to burn Bone instead of SHIB? Are they doing what are they doing? Right. Here's what I'll say on that. As far as I can tell, this amount that has been accumulated is going to go to burn SHIB. That's what was said. That's what we know. As soon as that 25K goal is reached, then we are going to burn SHIB. Right now, will it all happen in one big transaction? I don't know. There's $1.1 million sitting right here in Bone that has been accumulated after the big burn that just happened that was right around $76,000 worth of SHIB. So from my vantage point, I think this will go to burn SHIB like they've set out to do. Now, when we reach January, those are going to be automated burns, which I think is a brilliant idea. Then you don't have to manually do it, right? It'll just automatically do it as soon as it hits that, that threshold. Now, the overall accumulated, they can make a huge splash here, and we'll just have to see when they actually press the button and burn it all. Do they do it in one transaction? Do they break it up maybe? But in terms of what they're going to do with this Bone accumulated, I have every reason to believe that they're going to use this to burn SHIB. There's a lot of rumors out there, a lot of noise. I try not to get so bogged down in it because, number one, it's just not healthy. It's not a healthy thing to do to just purely speculate all day and, get into the gossip and the drama of stuff. From my vantage point, I think this is turning out to be a really good thing if we can keep these transactions as high as they have been here to start December. And I have not heard that this is going to be used in a different way or whatever. I have not heard that. So that's my, that's my standpoint on that. Now, a bigger picture, just kind of looking at it from, 30,000 feet above, where are we going to be heading here with SHIB? We're ranked number 16 still, which is awesome. We actually fell down to about number 19 not too long ago. came back up. We're sitting over a $6 billion market cap. I do think SHIB gets past its previous all-time high, basically gets to, 3 zeros 1. We're at 4 zeros 1 right now. I like that price target as soon as we get back into a, full-fledged altcoin rally type scenario, which I think will happen at some point in 2024 after the Bitcoin halving. And I think that's when we'll start to ramp up for a big blow off top in 2025, where I think SHIB can really do some damage. I got to a $50 billion market cap. So I think our first big thing that I'm watching is I want to see us get to 100 billion. I want to see us get to a $100 billion market cap first and foremost in the next bull run. And then let's see what can happen. It's crazy to say that, but remember, we got to a $50 billion market cap, 50 billion in the previous run. And again, SHIB has still remained strong. And now we have a lot more backing it. We have a lot more things happening within the ecosystem. And I think it's going to be one of those big players and continue to be one of those cryptos that brings people in. It's so accessible on every cryptocurrency exchange. It's on Robinhood, of course. We just highlighted the top 10 holders. A lot of those are big centralized exchanges like OKX, Crypto.com, Robinhood, Binance, of course, and many others. And I think that's a good thing because it really does meet the retail investor where they are. And so many more people are going to be coming into crypto, right? We're just tapping in to that next wave of retail investors that are going to be coming in. And I think SHIB's going to continue to be a really attractive asset for them to accumulate. I think Dogecoin's going to be right there as well. Doge and SHIB together, I think, really form a strong crypto kind of alliance with new investors, new ways to get into the game. And so where do I think SHIB is heading? I think, I want to see it get to a $100 billion market cap in this next bull run. I think we can go beyond that as well. Just depends on how much capital flows in. Are we going to get the 1,000, 2,000, 3,000% gains anymore with SHIB? Not right away. It's going to be a long time now, because when you're a $6 billion market cap in a bear market, even, that's a big number. And it's really hard to move that needle. We were used to SHIB being in the millions of market cap. Well, once you get into the billions, it's a little harder to move the switch, right? But all in all, I think SHIB is turning into now a utility-based token. We saw Satoshi get recognized by CoinDesk as top 50 most influential people in crypto. And listen, whenever you're that big, whenever you're that powerful, you're going to have a lot of haters, right? And there are a lot of people out there who, for whatever reason, like to spend their time and energy on negative things, right? And I just can't do it, man. Life's too short, And listen, has everything been perfect? No, nobody's perfect, right? But I think all in all, they've done a really good job. And to this point, people will argue more transparency. It's a thing where you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? You're never going to please millions of people, okay? There's always going to be somebody upset. And, has it been perfect? No. But all in all, I think they've done a pretty good job. And, I think what we're really watching to see now is this next phase. And, they're going into the metaverse, obviously. Let's see what that looks like. Let's see what Shibarium looks like when we have more people building on top of Shibarium. Let's see what happens when we have more DApps built. Let's see what happens when they get into the AI sector. They're trying to build this entire decentralized economy, if you will. And it's not easy to do. So I want to give them time to build. You don't just build these things overnight, right? SHIB is still relatively new. Came out in August 2020. I think they've accomplished a lot. And we have accomplished a lot as community members. I'll never, ever forget how SHIB basically allowed me to start my crypto journey. I mean, without SHIB, I wouldn't be in the situation I'm in. I wouldn't know what I know. I wouldn't have the connections. I wouldn't have the same feeling about crypto. And I think so many people can say that, and people forget very quickly just how great things were in the bull market. And then in the bear market, you see everybody start to point fingers, blaming people, right? It's just kind of a natural thing. So I always try to, remain somewhere in the middle, not too high, not too low. And that's kind of where I'm at with where we are right now as an entire community. Yes, is it a little bit fractured here and there? Or there's some people that, loved and hate? Yeah, and there always will be those people. But for the most part, I think this community is still really, really strong. One of the strongest and biggest and best communities in all of crypto. And I think that will propel us in this next bull run. And here's the thing. When we get back into the bull run and green candles are showing up, all of a sudden you won't hear those things, anymore about the dev team's this and they're not doing this right and screw them, they're scammers and blah blah blah. All of a sudden, when people are making money, you know, you get a lot less finger pointing and more people are just happy. And you'll see that sentiment shift. But again, if you guys want to know where my head's at with all of that, I'm always trying to kind of stay even keel, right? I never want to get too high, too low. I never want to get to the point where I believe in every freaking, conspiracy theory or whatever. And then it's not a healthy way to live. And especially when you're in crypto, it's already emotional, and keeping that in check can really, really help you. So I know this has kind of been all over the place video, but hopefully it gives you an idea of where I'm at right now with SHIB, and where I'm at kind of with the overall market, and just um, kind of a good way to have a good mindset, I think, as we head into this next bull run. And it goes for everything, not just SHIB, right? It goes for everything. So I appreciate you guys as always. Don't forget to smash that like button. Let me know what you think about this down below. Agree, disagree. I'm sure I'll have some people disagree, and that's cool. I welcome it. I welcome it with open arms. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Let me know what you guys think about this, and we'll be tracking the burn scenario again. I'm gonna be watching this very, very closely, but everything that I can see and hear, basically, through the grapevine, is that this will be used to burn SHIB. That is what I believe. Okay. And we'll be keeping tabs on that and what exactly that looks like when it happens. Appreciate you guys as always. We'll see you in the next video. Peace out.